Well, that explains a lot. This is Link's Awakening, Legend of Zelda, on the Nintendo Switch. This game was provided by the Maryland Library System. I have never played the original Game Boy game. Some would call this the best Game Boy game ever made. We'll get more to that later. But I'm finally playing this game for the first time. I did play this game for about half an hour before I started recording commentary. And I'm glad I did, because I was kind of lost for the first half hour. I mean, who knew? Old video games were sometimes obtuse and hard to... a lot of old video games are sometimes obtuse, hiding very basic stuff from the gamer. I think in this case, because I don't have a sword and it's dangerous to go alone, I didn't know exactly where to find my sword, so I was afraid to go anywhere. Like, I was wandering around, seeing if there was a way for me to find a sword. I talked to all these townspeople, and none of them have a sword. In fact, let me show you the helpline, the phone on the helpline here. It's right, it's down here. They have a touch-tone phone, dog. They have a rotary phone here. I mean, what? Yeah, an actual factual rotary phone from the 1980s. Like, these things were going out of style back when this game came out in 1990. Like, this game came out in, like, 1991, I think, maybe around 1990. I want to say it came out around 1991, somewhere around there. I want to say this game came out before Street Fighter 2, although it might be cutting it close. But yeah, Rotary phones were pretty much going out of fashion by the time this game came out. We were moving on to touch-tone phones. Here's a fishing pond here. We'll worry about that later. There's a chain chomp here, but we can't really go inside. I mean, you can go inside, but there's nothing to see there. There's no one to talk to there. Like in Zelda, A Link to the Past, you're allowed to jump down here if you don't want to take the stairs. So if nothing else, this teaches you how the game uses topography. Hold down the R button because you can use your shield. You move a bit more slowly. You can still block. You can block and tackle, basically. Yeah, you can push them. That's the part I didn't understand. You can push the urchins with your shield. And that's where I got stuck, because as we wander... Whoops, careful. As you wander around the beach here, you can't pick these up. You can't pick up those coconuts. But I didn't know you could push these urchins here. So I had no idea you could go this way by pushing the urchins out the way with your shield. So that's where my sword is. It gets to be half an hour to figure that out. Gimme. Mine. Those people just use serial numbers. What are you going to do? I'm sure we have bio tracing these days and fingerprint readers and everything. We will in about 10 years. Oh, you have the Link to the Past. Try hold down the attack button. There you go. Ow. Too bad I can't throw my sword. Yeah, I can't throw my sword. Wow. What kind of Zelda game is this? You can't throw your sword. Even with full health, I couldn't throw my sword. Amazing. Can't reach them. Can't open it. Yeah, I can't open it. Yeah, I have to move the rock so I can open it. Is coconuts just here for, like, cosmetic reasons, or can I, like, blow them up with a bomb or something? No freaking out. Yeah, I don't remember the grass. I remember I haven't played the original Game Boy game. I don't remember there being any grass cutting in the original Game Boy game, or the hold down the fire button to charge up your sword. I don't remember that either. Didn't I see you in Donkey Kong Country? Daylight come and you want to go home. Yeah, well. Should probably make this comment. This music sounds really lame. It's like, it's supposed to be a heroic, you know, it's supposed to be this really triumphant, heroic song, and they basically strip it down to, like, a high school band with, like, 2 string instruments. Like, that's not cool, guys. Come on, you can do better than that. This is one of the most epic theme songs of all time, and you basically strip it down to like a couple of. But listen to this. Listen to this. You strip it down to like a high school duet. Come on. Maybe it gets more triumphant later. I don't know. Everyone's trying to tug on those nostalgic heartstrings all the time. Let's not pretend Nintendo doesn't have another vibe. Okay, by the way, there was a lot of slowdown here. Like, the frame rates get really touchy really quickly in this game. And this is the cartridge installation, so I didn't download any patches. I think the patches might have cleared that up, but that was a very disappointing development. I'm not blowing anything up anyone's skirt at this point. I mean, the Digital Foundry already did the testing. And they said, yeah, there's some hitching every now and then in a lot of areas. So no, this game does not lock at 60, which is unfortunate because the original freaking Game Boy game probably locked 60 frames a second. I mean, actually, on that terrible screen, it probably can only do 30 frames a second. And this tilt-shifted view looks fine. I guess I thought it would. I mean, it looks better. I mean, let me put it this way. I'm more ambivalent about it than I thought it would be. Because I generally like tilt-shifted artwork like this. I generally kind of like it. But here it seems... Well, actually, let me rephrase that. When I was playing in handheld mode, there's a lot of fuzziness, a lot of blurriness and fuzziness on the sides of the screen. Like where the trees are, there's a lot of fuzziness there. It's like they reduced the resolution on the sides of the screen, on the border of the screen, to keep the performance relatively stable. And it didn't work. The frame rate was constantly dipping in the 30s and the 40s. It's supposed to be 60, but the frame rate was really dicey there for a long time. But I'm playing this game mounted on my Nintendo Switch deck, on my dock basically, and the fuzziness seems to be a bit more reserved. So I guess they cleaned that up. Like maybe they increased the resolution when you play it docked. But if you're one of those people playing this game on a Nintendo Switch Lite, you're probably hosed. But yeah, the frame rate does dip quite a bit. There's a library here. That's the library the phone guy was talking about. Okay, how to select an item. That's great. Apps and memory. Boy does love maps. Yeah, like in Breath of the Wild, you can put pins everywhere, which I know was not in the original Game Boy game. At least Nintendo Power never implied it was in this game. I think I had the, when I had the Nintendo Power Game Atlas, I want to say Link's Awakening was part of the Game Atlas. There was a map of Link's Awakening included in some strategy guide that Nintendo Power printed out back in the day. I don't think I have it now. I might have already sold it. But there was a bunch of Nintendo Power stuff that was lying. In fact, I have a bunch of old magazines I gotta pull out of those shoebox there. I don't have a ton of them. I probably got I have a couple dozen magazines. Nintendo Powers and Nintendo Powers, Game Pros, Video Games, Computer Entertainment. I have a few of those. I kept saying I was gonna transcribe some of these video game reviews because I wanted to know how these games were received when they came out. The problem is that some of these reviews are terrible. Like GamePro did some reviews of Phantasy Star 2 that were just like mind-blowingly hyperbolic. The game looked fine, but they were making it sound like some kind of it was a next generation RPG. You know, people who played Dragon Warrior and Final Fantasy 1 probably had their minds blown when they played Phantasy Star 2 for the first time. You can pick up the bomb after you put it down. That's always good. And there are warp points, like in Skyrim. Yeah, it's like you can get to a warp point and bank it so that you can fast travel back to it, which sounds fantastic, actually. Oh, God. We haven't had rain in a week and a half. I need these freaking neti pots now, dude. It's a good thing I don't feel the need to wash my car every week. I'm sure lots of folks do. I mean, we didn't have much snow here this year. We had like no snow at all here in the DC area. So if you're looking for nuclear snow here at the Fallout 3 Germantown police headquarters, you ain't getting any. Not this winter. I'm not complaining. Your boy hates snow these days. I'm a grown man. I hate snow because I don't get off of school for it anymore, so I hate it now. Although you're more likely to work from home during a really bad snowstorm, I guess. But I'm a in-person IT rep these days, so I'm not supposed to. It's not gonna be great. Yes, I can see the bookshelf. Nintendo's being somewhat cheeky these days. If you played the Paper Mario games, you know what I'm talking about. I might be able to fall down that hole, but we'll get to that later. Let me see if I can lure this chain chomp out of the way. Give me a second. Because I managed to sneak behind him earlier. Because remember, I can't run, so you have to... remember, I guess the pace of the game is similar to the Game Boy, so you have to keep that in mind. Well, you have a necklace, so I think you'll be fine. Maybe it's just me. I mean, I did think it was kind of interesting that they added the Mario chain chomps to this game. Like, that to me always sounded like a weird vibe. But again, it was the early 90s. Nintendo was willing to do a little shared multiverse stuff, I guess. Of course, that's the thing. It was never a shared multiverse. But they're doing this whole vibe now where it's like... Yeah, so I guess there are like amiibo stands where you can like place... Yeah, there are amiibo stands where you can place Mario characters. Like Piranha Plants and Chain Chomps and all that. I guess, again, Nintendo was willing to cross-pollinate back then, I suppose. Because I don't remember any Mario enemies being in Zelda 1 and 2 on the NES. Everything checks out. Can we cut the grass? Yeah, we can. So again, I don't remember this being in the original Game Boy game. Actually, no. I think there was grass cutting in Link's Awakening, and I think there was also a grappling hook in Link's Awakening. So I found my first rupees, I guess. See, I can't lift the grass. I can just chop it, which is okay, fine. I found a seashell. I don't know. What should I do with it? Make a necklace out of it? Can I sell it for rupees? Probably not. Maybe it's a collectible. Oh yeah, the fox is a dog. What does the fox say, kids? Yip, yip. So yeah, it's a baby fox, I guess. So yeah, the fuzziness on the corners of the screen is a bit much. Maybe the game is loading assets, like it's loading different areas of the game. So it uses the fuzziness to kind of reduce the amount of load time that would be allocated to doing that. I don't know. But I do like that you're able to see the next area. But remember, this was a Game Boy game, so originally the aspect ratio was square. It wasn't stretched. It wasn't a stretched widescreen like the Nintendo Switch is, obviously. So you make the adjustments. And I mean, the John Linnemans of the world who played the original game are like, yeah, these are all the changes that were made. Or these are the obvious changes that were made. Because I don't remember the Game Boy game having this topography that they got here, like with the dropping down from a higher level stuff. Obviously, Link to the... Whoop, all the grass regrew in like a couple of seconds. It's amazing. It's almost like it's 420 all over again. But in this case, I think it was just, yeah, typical video game respawning. So I guess if we want to keep slicing this stuff for rupees, that might be okay, I guess. I didn't pick up that rupee back there, but whatever. I don't remember getting all these rupees before. I guess the enemies dropped a couple of rupees earlier that I picked up without thinking about it. Yeah, so you can't get rupees from the grass. So, typical Link to the Past stuff. Again, it's when you start calling this stuff a remake, because you're not just taking the old game and just giving it, a facelift in terms of the visuals. You're completely redoing the mechanics. In this case, you're adding topography that wasn't in the original Game Boy game, I would argue. I mean, I don't remember exactly. I want to say it was mainly like cordoned off areas. Like, I don't remember them actually being like, elevations that you could jump down, things like that. But yeah, like, if you're gonna add, like these trees do look similar to the trees in the Game Boy game from a isometric view. Because in the Game Boy game, obviously, this was a top-down game, like the original Legend of Zelda. But I do like what they did by converting this to a... It's a low-polygon look, obviously. Like, they're not trying to make this game look like Breath of the Wild, so this game has a higher frame rate than Breath of the Wild does. But I mean, like I said, like if you're not gonna make a sprite-based game, this is a decent alternative, I think, because the models look pretty clean. Yeah, I can't beat him. Okay, so he's indestructible. Let's go around him. Because there is something in this house. Excuse me. Maybe he's not going to attack me. Yeah, maybe he's not going to attack me. Meow meow power. Chow chow. I thought it was my bow wow. Okay, so little bow wow there is called chow chow. Bow wow wow, yippee yo, yippee yay. He's blocking the way, dude. Get out the way. Guess I'm not allowed to take anything from here. So we'll get Lil Bow Wow a bit later. Did he do the theme song to Static Shock back? Yeah, I think he did. He did the theme song to Season 2 or Season 3. Because the first season of Static Shock was an instrumental, basically. A rock instrumental. It was a hip-hop rock instrumental. Now what? We can't go to the Lost Woods now? I do like the ambient sound effects. So what do we get in that Zelda movie? Because I know that Mario movie just made all the money. Samus gotta have a movie. They've been trying to put Sigourney Weaver in that movie for 3 decades. Make Samus buff, by the way. Who are we gonna get? So I guess they're gonna get Gina Carano for that movie. So we got they might make a Kirby movie. I don't know. It would seem kind of weird. By the way, that what movie was that? Neither those parts. Nope, dead. Just broke all my bones. Cue the Tara Kent music. I have no idea what the dude was saying in that song, by the way. I'm gonna have to put a link to it. But there were 2 versions of the song. The lame version and the better version that has the reggae stinger thrown in there. Tara Kemp was not a one-hit wonder for all you people keeping track. She had 2 top 10 songs, thank you very much. I want to say Tara kept dropped around the same time this game did, back in 1991. She was hot for like a month and a half. She was hot for like 6 months. Actually, no, she was hot for like 3 months. She was hot for a season. She was cool for the summer, I guess. Demi Lovato. Basically, she had like 2 top 10 songs, no one heard of her again. She might have had a 3rd song that like made the top 40 or something else. But she, like everyone else, Nirvana probably killed her career. Because in the pre-Adele era, there was always a place for Tara Kent, but she never really made it huge. And they moved the camera behind me. That's cool. That's a nice touch. I'm glad they threw that into the mix. Yep, let me show you this bit for the telephone. Because you know they had operators. And back in the day, you could dial phone numbers to get movie reviews that were automated. Well, they were pre-recorded, basically. Pre-recorded movie reviews. They were like bulletin boards, I guess. How would I describe them? Old man. I remember the phone company here in the D.C. area, I think it was called Bell Atlantic back then. It might have been Verizon. You would open the phone book, because you know, kids, if you don't know, the phone book was this large yellow catalog, I guess you could call it. You opened it up, it was like 500 pages, and everyone was doxxed. So the phone book was like this big yellow book where everyone in your entire city was doxxed. So everyone in Montgomery County, if they had their number, if they were listed, you could see their address, their phone number. You could make nasty phone calls, I guess. I think they had call block. I think call blocking was eventually implemented in the 1990s. Call waiting was implemented in the 1990s. Three-way calling was a big deal in the 1990s. But yeah, they doxed everyone back in the 1980s. You can call anyone you wanted. Heck, Giant Bomb did this whole bit where they called the phone number that was included on the Oregon Trail Frog Fractions games. And the dude picked up, and he was retired. But his number was, apparently he never changed his phone number. Enjoy your retirement, I believe was what they said. Right. Yeah, he's very helpful on the phone. That's kind of adorable, I can relate. See you, Santa Claus. In you. Yeah, there's like what is it? So there's all these Mario looking characters, like the old guy we saw inside the house when we first don't kill the chicken. There was that old guy we saw inside the house, Taran. Yeah, Taran. You had Marin and Taran. Taran looked like Mario with the big fat nose and the big old mustache. Trendy game. I'm not no. Holla holla.
Yeah. Stop. Hey.
Oh, refill your hearts. Wait, what happened to the piece of the heart I got earlier? Oh, there it is. So I need 4 of them. Bah! Never mind. I already have a shield. I already have a shield. Why do I need another shield? I guess I can just sit here and cut grass so I can get my life extension. Much like real life. Just cut grass, you can get Super Nintendo. I mean, if you want... Kids probably cut a lot of grass to buy this game, though. Don't kid yourself. That Brad Shoemaker of a Giant Bomb bought a Super Nintendo when he cut all that grass. He knew what he was doing. He knew the hustle. Well, why hustle is make that dough. Oh, there she is. So he's gonna be the hunter and the gatherer, and you're just gonna... Never mind. Yeah, it's very sweet. Apart from that song, most of the music in this game sounds a bit too precious. Like, a lot of the music in this game, like, just sounds like, yeah. It's not that it's subdued, it's that it's like it sticks to, like... Look, okay, how do I describe this? I get the vibe of trying to ask, like, not even a high school band, like, however, like, 2 or 3 people, like, do some really stripped down arrangements of the Link's Awakening music using real instruments, but it's like, come on. I'm not saying everything has to be like Final Fantasy Tactics, but at least try harder, you know? It just seems weird. Like I said, it feels too precious. It's like they don't want to try. So it's like, we'll just hire a couple of people to do some stripped down arrangements. So it's disappointing, but it's fine. I guess I'm spoiled because Tactics Ogre Reborn came out recently, and they completely redid the music for that. and they basically amped it to 11. Like, it's not as good as, like, you know, something like a Final Fantasy Tactics or the Gaia Duel Saga. But that's stuff like, that's stuff for fully grown gamers, you know what I mean? You got hair on your chest to listen to the Tactics Ogre Reborn soundtrack, you know what I'm saying? This is like, sit here at the kids' table and sit here at the kids' table. You can listen to this Mario Zelda music box. Again, I'm not saying this has to be like Wanderers from Ease or anything. I'm just saying, like, it's the year 2023. I guess I wanted music that was a bit, you know, more evocative. Yeah, most of the music I've heard so far sounds like an anime TV show. Like a kid's anime TV show. Like a musical accompaniment to, like, a traditional Saturday morning anime kid show. Not like, you know, your Sonic the Hedgehog and ABC Saturday morning kid shows. Just, like, listen to this. Come on, listen to this. Again, it's not bad. It's just precious. It's too precious. Like, so at some, like I said, like, it's like, maybe you want something with a bit more meat, something a bit more hair on its chest, you know what I mean? I'm just saying. Okay, we're not going this way. We're not going this way. By the way, I think that baby Yoshi back there is supposed to be used for a collectible, I want to say. The game's auto-saving, I hope. Yeah, the game is auto-saving, technically. So I got the piece of the heart. So there is that. Yeah. So we're making some progress, I guess. I'm kind of wandering. This is a research stream, can't you tell? Although technically I've already played this game a little bit. So I guess we're actually going to make some progress at some point. I just kind of want to see what else is out here. So I guess we'll do a real video next time. Yeah, but like I said, I play a lot of old games on this channel. I did not play the original Link's Awakening. I do have Game Boy games on this channel. I just don't own the Game Boy version of this. I mean, I bought Quirk a while ago. I need to pull that out. Because I got Quirk, I think I bought Quirk separately. I got Mortal Kombat, which is god-awful, obviously, on the Game Boy. Got that Batman game I made videos of. And Heiankyo Alien, I did a video of. Which, it is what it is. It's got good music, though. So there you go. There's another point of comparison. Yeah, fine. Works for me. Oh, yeah, this is in the Game Boy game, yeah. Hold A, then release. I can press. I can just tug on the L button on the left stick to make it move closer to the fish. Hold up. Up. There it is. Mashy, mashy, mashy. Mash on that A button. Mash, 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 mash. Got him. It's a cute little mini game. But you give me a better selection of fish to grab. Right. Da-da-da. Sure. Got to keep hang? Yeah, they got to keep hang. Okay, so you hold down the A button, the cast, release. Then we'll press right on the D-pad. We'll press right on the D-pad or whatever. Then you can press up or down to kind of tug it upward, and keep it from slipping. Let's let this lure drop all the way down to the bottom. It drops down automatically if you don't press any buttons. Up. Up. He's not grabbing it. I think it was stuck in the water, that's why. Got it. Mash on that A button. Mashy, 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 mashy. Ah! Bastard. Yeah, well. I guess we'll get one more. I'm running out of rupees, by the way. So we'll tap on the D-pad. Tap the D-pad to the right or left. You tap it to the right to make it pull it close, to make it go horizontal. Mashy, mashy, mashy. Gimme, 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 gimme. Out there go. All right. Yes, I got some of that money back now. What if I say no, I never want to do this ever again? Video game. But that cute little mini game was in the Game Boy game, as I recall. From the pictures I saw, anyway. Okay, let's see if we can make let's tease the next video by making a tiny bit of progress here in the mysterious forest. The Lost Woods, I guess we could call it. Like I said, this music's a bit too precious for me. I'm not really a fan. Again, it doesn't have to be like epic Hollywood trailer music. It just has to be a bit, you know, just needs a bit more hair on its chest, you know? This whole, like, Fisher-Price keyboard plink away at the Casio just isn't doing it for me. It's a shame, really. You know what? Zelda games are like, they're okay in terms of the music, but they aren't great. You know what I mean? Like, they're okay. There are a couple of really good Zelda songs, obviously, but are there, like, someone needs to help me out. Are there any, like, really, really, really good Zelda soundtracks? Or are they just really good songs and otherwise forgettable soundtracks? Because a lot of it's just, like, nostalgia to me. It's like Whistle While You Work Disney music. Not like the good stuff. Not your Howard Ashman, Little Mermaid, Beauty and the Beast, like, none of that really good Disney-esque. It's just like Whistle While You Work. What's the other song? I Got No Strings to Hold Me Down Disney stuff. Like, come on, people. You're killing me with this. I think I saved my game. Yeah, this is the Lost Woods. Oh, wait. Hey, Tinkerbell. Just a second. Cut this grass. No jokes, please. No jokes about cutting Tinkerbell's grass. Oh, I got full health, thanks. Yeah, it's like what's-her-name in Zelda 2. She takes you inside her house and gives Link full health. Same principle, I guess. So many really inappropriate jokes middle school boys were making back in those days. Crap. This could be more interesting. Ow! Bastard. Good thing the fairy's here. I can get my health back. So I guess Link couldn't throw his sword because it was a Game Boy game. And the poor Game Boy would float or crawl and huff and wheeze if he had to have more than one moving object on screen at any given time. The poor Game Boy would suffer a unholy death by Energizer or Duracell if he forced a moving object, forced a projectile to appear in a game like this. Darn it. Hit me. Hit me. Probably can't get past him. Okay. Just get past him that way. That counts. Yeah. I think that was in the Game Boy game too. Suck it. When you charge up your sword, you get double damage. That counts for something. There is some good ambient sound going on here, so I do appreciate that. I'm still mad that Nintendo Power said Link to the Past is the best audio of any Super Nintendo game. It was a rigged contest, I swear. I'm not saying they had to vote for Mega Man X, but saying that Final Fantasy II wasn't as good as Link to the Past infuriated me. Although, in a way, Zelda 2, in a way, Link to the Past had better sound effects, sure. But if you're judging a game's, like, audio package based on sound, first of all, there was no voice acting. There was, like, no spoken word at all. We're not going to talk about that. So it's like, off the top of my head, Super Castlevania 4 should have been way higher, but there's no audio, so there's no voice acting in Super Castlevania 4 either, but there was arguably, the sound effects were just as good. And the music was way better. So again, Nintendo being Nintendo. Ah, get off! Bastard. Yeah, I would have put Super Castlevania 4 way ahead of Link to the Past. Which was, again, it was fine. Was it a top... Remember, Nintendo Power did that list of the best soundtrack in 1994. Like, the same month that Mega Man X came out. Mega Man X should have been in the top 20. Oh, I got a star, man. Bet I can't run in this game. Ow! Bastard. I thought I was super powered. What the heck? Well, I guess I can't. I guess I don't get superhuman lifting ability. Crazy Tracy. Crazy Tracy Ullman, huh? Ah! Crap! Sorry. I can't get the heart. We gotta lift those rocks and throw them in the holes, I guess. Yeah, I won't need my shield. Uh-oh. Oh, he's just sitting there chilling in the pool. He's not even in the ocean. So are those creatures fresh and salt water? That seems to be the deal here. By the way, where are we? Press the minus button. Yeah, are those is a merman over there? Is he salt water, fresh water, or both? It seems to be both. Then again, there is no ocean in Legend of Zelda, I want to say. So it's probably just a freshwater creature. But enough about the lore of Legend of Zelda. We've already gone down that black hole of why are there chain chomps and piranha in the Zelda game. And now it's this whole big multiverse where Samus is gonna drop down from space. Kill Ganon with a wave beam screw attack or something. And don't make any jokes about Samus' screw attack. Not that kind of channel. Silly crone. Tricks are for kids. Link's Awakening, on the other hand, is for full-grown men in their 40s. Can't you tell? Where are we? So I made it out of the mysterious forest. And I found the ferry, but I can't make it back there. And I can't go to the house, I think it's all blocked off. Yeah, there are holes there that I can't fill. Why am I here exactly? Can't go that way, can't go that way. So this is just the one way. Yeah, there is some slowdown here, that's unfortunate. I'll take that. Give me the loot. Can't lift that. Can't go that way. Remember, that's fall down the hole. I guess about the end of the video I'll show you that. Full health. Like I said, I can't throw my sword. It drives me nuts. Of course, that was always the thing that drove me nuts about Zelda games. That I would take one hit, I couldn't throw my sword anymore, I didn't want to play anymore. I didn't want to play ever again. Because the only thing I ever wanted to do when I was a kid was throw my sword, and as soon as I took a hit, I lost that ability. Amazing. But it's like the opposite of most, video games back then. You got power-ups and lost them. Where you started out really weak and then you lost the power-ups. Yeah, you started out really weak and you got stronger. In Zelda, you could throw your sword, but then you lost the power-up and you took a hit. Well, do most video games let you do that anymore? I want to say no. Like the ability to throw your sword with you started out with full health in Zelda 1. But, yeah, you started out with full health in Zelda 1. And you can throw your sword. So it was supposed to make the game slightly easier if you maintain full health, I guess. I always appreciated that. Ow! Ow! Get off, get off, get off! So I was able to block them. I want to say, yeah, in a Link to the Past, you held your sword, you held your shield automatically. As long as you didn't throw your sword, your shield was held out the whole time. But here you have to actively hold the button down to put up your shield. You gotta put up your dukes, basically. You already went this way. Yeah, I've already come this way. Okay, so where are we going? We can't go north. Let's see if we can go north. Well, I made it out. So that's probably the more important thing. Yeah. So we'll save there. See, we made a bit of progress in this game. See, back in the day, these transparent, this transparent fog was a huge graphic effect, which wasn't in the Game Boy game, obviously. But nowadays, it's kind of easily done. what happens if I go north. That's the ferry. We can go around, right? Yeah, we can go around. See if we can go up. We'll see what happens. So I screwed that up. I should have left before. Ow. Ow. Remember, I can't run. Get off, get off, get off. I didn't lose any health. I just can't move that quickly. Okay, so I can't go this way. Big fat waste of time. I can't go this way. Yeah, there are holes here, so I can't go that way. I can't go this way either. I want to say it's blocked off. So what's the point of me being here exactly? Okay, I can't go that way. So what's the point of even going that way? Is there a key I was supposed to get? Let me go to the telephone, see what's up. I'm about to end this video pretty soon. Go away. Yeah, music is kind of driving me nuts. Yes, I'm aware of that. Where do I go from here? Worthless phone operator. Shouldn't you be a cute girl like in all the other animes I've seen? You could be like what's her name from Macross, the black chick who married the white dude who died. Yeah, the black chick who married the blonde dude who died. Yeah, she was like Uhura, right? She was supposed to be Uhura for the anime Uhura. So I'm pretty sure what's his name Hunter wasn't a Vulcan. Yeah, so in the original TV show, there was some kind of mind control hand wave that explained why there's an interracial kiss on television in the 1960s. In the Jim Crow era, basically. Out the way! Don't make me cut you. But, and then the bad robot J.J. Abrams lens flare version of Star Trek came out. And it's like, okay, well, there's interracial, it's interspecies now, but you know how it is. Zoe Saldana was basically getting around. She was hanging out with Peter Quill. She was hanging out with what's his name from Avatar, and she was hanging out with who else? What was her other thing? I forgot what her other thing was. Like she was in Avatar. She was in Guardians of the Galaxy. She was with the Vulcans, and yeah, yeah. So she is basically that role now. She's every color. Can't complain. Someone had to represent a little bit. And she's every color of the rainbow. We're not here talking about Zoe Saldana and this Legend of Zelda. Although, you know what? Have Zoe Saldana play Princess Zelda. Just break the internet as far as I'm concerned. We got Black Ariel, we got Zoe Saldana playing Zelda, the entire... Yeah, I'm sure the gamer space will love seeing Zoe Saldana play Princess Zelda. I'm sure they'll love that. She could play Sheik too. God, the internet would be so mad. They'd be so freaking mad. You thought Ghost in the Shell... She should have played the Major in Ghost in the Shell just to see how everyone will react. Yeah. Naomi Osaka can't act. Put Naomi Osaka in the next Ghost in the Shell movie. We'll see how that goes. It ain't gonna happen, but you know. Chaos theory. Burn it all down, as far as I'm concerned. We're talking about Legend of Zelda. So like I said, when's that Zelda movie coming out? Well, it probably will never come out, but I would argue that, because in my mind, like I said, like most, like grade schoolers, they came up with the Legend of Zelda movie. And in my mind, the Legend of Zelda movie was just, what was it? It was Princess Zelda basically being, well, she was kidnapped, yeah, but she was supposed to have some kind, or she was asleep, I guess, at some point. And then Link has to like find some magical doodad and save her. And then when she wakes up, she winds up trashing Ganon and everyone else that kidnapped her. Like it was supposed to be one of those things, as I recall. It was kind of like that Captain N episode where Zelda like, what is it? Yeah, what is it? In Captain N, she showed up in that one episode. At the end of the episode, she basically like got some super duper magical whirlwind power of some kind and like created a tornado vortex something or rather that sent Ganon and everyone else and expelled Ganon and all the bad guys out of her kingdom at the end of the episode. That's all I remember. Jeffrey Scott remembers. He wrote that episode, I'm sure. But no, it's like Legend of Zelda. The Legend of Zelda from the Captain N series was obviously, okay, it was supposed to be more conventional than the Bob Forward. Yeah, that's the thing. They're not gonna. Bob Forward's still alive. Bob Forward, you know, Mr. Incredible Hulk, Fantastic Four. He wrote He-Man and She-Ra episodes actually. Biker Mice from Mars, Beast Wars. That Bob Forward, he's still alive. He was a showrunner for the Deke animated series, you know, the Excuse Me Princess animated series. They're not going to hire him to do the movie because Nintendo. Well, let me put it this way: I think it's telling that the Super Mario Brothers movie wound up being more like the Legend of Zelda cartoon than the Mario Brothers cartoon, because the Mario Brothers cartoon was kind of insipid, like really bad. But the Zelda cartoon was incredibly unfaithful to the original video game, and I loved every minute of it. I mean, come on. You had Link and Zelda tying each other with a belt back to back, punching and kicking moblins. You would never see that in a Mario cartoon. Imagine if Princess Peach and Mario tied themselves to each other and just started, like, punching and kicking Koopas. I would watch that 10 days a week. But, I mean, like, again, obviously the Mario movie didn't do that. But I tend to believe the Mario movie was like, okay, we can't just have her be a kidnapped princess. That's lame in early 20th century. We're not going to do that. But it's almost as if the spirit of the Zelda cartoon was allowed to inform the animated series in a good way. Like, look, you had Princess Zelda with a crossbow strapped to her forearm, literally strapped to her forearm, like a video game character. Like she looked like Samus Aran. She's a intergalactic kingdom bounty huntress. She's got a freaking crossbow. She's doing like somersaults and double twists like a gymnast. Spitting out crossbows. Like, come on. I would watch that movie every day. That's why I saw the cartoon every week. I was like, I don't want that crappy Mario cartoon and the stupid Lou Albano live action crap. I want to see Link and Zelda do freaking double backflip twists, shooting swords and crossbow arrows. That was sick. And they had, what was that? Tom Tataranowitz from He-Man and Biker Mice from Mars did the animation and the storyboards on that. And they knew exactly what they were going. They knew exactly what they wanted to do. They say, yeah, the video game's cute. But it's like, let's take the basic concept of this. Let's take the basic concept of Legend of Zelda and just make it more exciting. And they did that. Now, is it faithful to the video game? Obviously not. Most video game cartoons suck. Especially back in the 90s. Almost all of them sucked. Like, before Earthworm Jim came out, there was all the Saturday Supercade cartoons sucked. Pac-Man sucked. I mean, okay, it didn't suck as much, but it kind of sucked. I think Mark Evanier from Garfield and Friends did a few episodes of that. But that sucked. What else? Yeah, the Mario cartoons all sucked, like really a lot. In fact, if you go on YouTube right now, there's an official channel that streams them all. They all sucked. The Legend of Zelda cartoon is better than you think it's gonna be. But let's be honest, it's not great. but it's legitimately entertaining, which is more than I could say for any video game cartoon I saw prior to Earthworm Jim, which had a few good episodes. I'll be the first to say that. Oh yeah, Wing Commander Academy. Wing Commander Academy was legitimately a good show eventually. Like, it wound up being almost as good as Exo Squad, and it had much better animation when it was done in Japan. They hired the Madhouse Animation Studio. Like, remember, everyone knows Captain N. That was a terrible show. That was animated in Japan mostly, I want to say. Like Alf, like most of the D cartoons were back then. Like, they had a bunch of they had a Japanese studio that did stuff like Alf and Alf Tales, both of which were bad, by the way, but we'll talk about that later. They were terrible shows. But there was Alf and Alf Tales. They were both animated in Japan, I want to say. Most of them were. Some of the animation was pretty good. But the Legend of Zelda cartoon was animated in Korea. It was like a really bargain basement Korean studio, but the animation was surprisingly good for what it was. But the Captain N series was animated in Japan, and you didn't miss much. I'll probably dig it out. I'll see if it's streaming. I'll dig it out. But yeah, So in the 1990s, let me put it this way: all the 80s video game cartoons sucked. I probably missed one or two, but I saw almost all of them, and they all suck. What is it? The 1990s had this, which wasn't terrible. The Mario cartoons all sucked, including Mario 3 and Mario World. Where am I going? I don't know where I'm going. So, what else was I thinking of? Metroid never got a cartoon. I don't know what happened there. Whoops! I slashed. Shouldn't have done that. Get out my way! You're jumping in front of my sword, and you're getting mad when you get stabbed. That's your problem. Stupid freaking video games. Yeah, I can't really... Let's see if I can cut something down. That might be a good idea. I'm not going to cut the kids. I'm just a kid, yeah. These kids, the whole joke is that the kids tell you how to play the game, but I don't know what that means because I'm just a kid. See what I mean? Okay, so, all those cartoons suck. Dragon Warrior, okay. It's bad, but it's not awful. It's not, like, insipid like the old Deke cartoons were. No. Okay, we're fine. We're leaving. Yeah, what's all this Arcana crap? Isn't Arcana like a... Arcana is a Super Nintendo game, by the way. Okay, so what was that? Yeah, there was no Metroid cartoon. There was a Kirby cartoon. That sucked, too. But that came out in the 21st century here in America. Fighting Foodons was not a cartoon. It was based on a toy, right? Yeah, we'll see what that's about. So if I open this book, is it supposed to unleash some spell that kills me or something? Oh, I need a magnifying lens. Fine. Alright, so I can't even read it. So I can't read the book that will unleash the unspeakable evil onto the world, which is good. Probably save myself some trouble there. Wait, can I get that fruit? Just a second. I saw fruit on that tree. I want to grab it. Well, if I could run in this game, I might be able to grab it, but whatever. Anyway. So yeah, so what video game cartoons didn't suck? Pokemon was like surprisingly average, like a C+. I gave Pokemon a C+. It had charm, which is something most video game cartoons did not have back then. That was in the 90s, obviously. Late 90s, and here in America. Yeah, so what is it? Wing Commander Academy might be the best of them all, off the top of my head. In fact, if you ask me to make a list of video game cartoons that didn't suck, I guess Wing Commander Academy is number one. What's the episode? Word of Honor. Watch that episode. It's the best looking episode of the series, but it's the character. I mean, how do I say this? The character designs were made to be simplified, so I guess they started cutting back on the anatomically correct comic book stylings back then. So they made all the characters more streamlined in terms of their line art, so they were okay. But the animation in that show, the animation in that episode's pretty good. It's basically like a redo of Exo Squad. Because it's a war story, but they hired the Exo Squad showrunners and all the writers and most of the staff to do the Wing Commander cartoon. The Mortal Kombat cartoon that USA did, Defenders of the Realm, had very good voice actors. It was not great. Like, I gave it like a B-. It's not great. It's not even good. In fact, I give it like a C+. Like, it's the cartoon that's very poorly animated, surprisingly well acted, and Sean Catherine Derrick, who was one of the showrunners on the original Batman animated series, apparently said it was okay to do like character drama. So it's like, obviously she worked on Batman and Captain Planet. We're not going to talk about that. She worked on Batman, the later episodes of Captain Planet, but she worked on Batman along with Lauren Brett, I think their name was, the writing partner. And they got the okay to do like X-Men like character drama, I think. So you could tell by some of the scripts that they would set aside like 4 or 5 minutes in every episode to have two characters just kind of talk out their problems, which again, in the pre-X-Men era would have been considered like transgressive. In 1996, it was considered par for the course because the Silver Surfer cartoon was doing it. Like, the whole idea of animated soap operas was considered perfectly. Wildcats even did it. Look, your boy loves Wildcats. Don't get me wrong. I'm the world's biggest Wildcats cartoon fan. But the idea of them doing character drama in a Mortal Kombat series is gonna tick some people off. But as a person who hated the Mortal Kombat video games a lot, I was perfectly fine with them trying to turn the Mortal Kombat characters into X-Men characters. I was perfectly fine with that. But again, it's this whole idea of, did you want a Mortal Kombat show where people got their heads ripped off on Saturday morning? Or did you want to see a Mortal Kombat cartoon that was kind of like X-Men? Which this show kind of was. I mean, in concept. Because obviously the X-Men cartoon didn't have great animation either. But let's just say that Defenders of the Realm had fewer animation mistakes. Like, let's just say there was no episode where they flew back to the, where they had to completely reanimate the ending because the footage didn't come back from Korea in time. So they had to completely muck up the continuity. Like, you remember the end of Slave Island. At the end of Slave Island in the X-Men series, they come back from Genosha after they've liberated themselves. They fly back to the mansion, and they land. But that was the fake ending, because the Juggernaut episode wasn't done yet. It got stuck in Korea with animation errors. So it was supposed to end with a cliffhanger where the mansion was destroyed, and Professor Xavier's gone. So there's that whole... So when the Juggernaut episode finally aired, they were fixing a mansion that had never been destroyed before. And of course, Rogue had that one line where she said, "That boy Juggernaut sure made a mess, like that Yankee General Sherman." And that's the problem, is that the animation was so late on that episode that they aired the Cure, that was it. Slave Island, when they freed themselves from Genosha, they were supposed to fight Juggernaut, and then she's supposed to go to Muir Island Rogue's supposed to go to Muir Island to find the Cure. The problem is that episode, the Cure, aired after Slave Island. The problem was that the Cure was supposed to air after the Juggernaut episode, because at the beginning of Act 1 of the Cure, there was that whole bit where they were rebuilding the mansion that Juggernaut destroyed at the end of Slave Island. Because that middle episode was never finished in time, they had to, show that episode out of order. They showed it a week early, basically. They showed it out of continuity. Okay, I'm not able to go anywhere. Where am I going? I went to the beach, right? Where am I going? Okay, we're just gonna wander around. Just a second. Okay, Yoda, hold on a second. South of the Tail Cave. I didn't find a forest. Yeah, I didn't find the key. Just a second. But like I said, okay. Most video game cartoons suck. But what was it? So yeah, Defenders of the Realm wasn't terrible. It was better than you might have expected. The animation sucked. But some people are gonna be like, I want to see Mortal Kombat. I want to see this soap opera. I'm like, dude, the Mortal Kombat story sucked. The original Mortal Kombat the original Mortal Kombat, what do you call it? The original Mortal Kombat video game stories all sucked. So Mortal Kombat cartoons, the Mortal Kombat cartoon comes out after UMK3 comes out, I want to say. And they try to do like this lore-driven, okay, I can't go around, can I? Can I, like, step on it and walk off? Just a second. Okay, I made it. You can walk diagonally across that. Okay, so you can walk diagonally across it. Yeah, like that. Just don't. Okay, so don't linger on the collapsible floor. That seems to make sense. Give me a second. This is gonna be a 2-hour video. Oh well. There we go. Now we're talking. Now we're playing Zelda. Just a second. Yeah, do it that way. Yeah, just a second. I think I got this. Well, there's your problem. Okay, that's the problem. So I probably can't even get here if I wanted to. Yeah, you can only push them once. You can't push them multiple times. Stupid. That was a big fat waste of time. Ow! Gimme. Get that kid. Excuse me. She can't go that way. Garbage. I think I can get to that treasure chest. Ah! If I can get over that. No, I can't get over that. I can't get over that. Gimme. I think the game spawns more hearts if you're about to die. I'm playing on the normal difficulty level, by the way. There is a harder difficulty level, but whatever. Suck it. Oh, so that's how you beat him. Yeah, that's how you beat him. You clank on the shield, then you get him during the stun lock. That's how you do that. Garbage. I just better go back the way I came, huh? More dead ends. It's a shame, really. Should I not have done that? Okay, that worked. Okay, that works. I was sorry. I interrupted. Whoops. Stupid. Okay, we made it. I can probably push this block. Give me a second. I don't have a boomerang. Ow! Bastard. Yeah, let's do this. Yeah, do it like that. There you go. That's all that's money. That's all I get. Money. Hey, we want some rupees. I mean, someone's gonna do the Zelda song. Hey, we want some rupees. Hey, we want some LINK. Anyway, okay, I need to slow down. I thought it was gonna be a family-friendly video at some point. It's all gonna be stuck in my head now. Don't make any jokes about Link. Don't make any jokes about Zelda wanting Link. Childhood is overrated. Adulthood's where it's at. You get to make money and pay bills and play video games all day. Have inappropriate thoughts. Yeah. Can you get me ahead of the next part of the game? Stupid. Wonder if I can do if I can charge up my sword. Yeah, I can do this. I can charge up my sword behind the shield. Yeah, I can charge up my sword behind the shield. That sounds cool. Yeah, just charge up your sword behind the shield. Come at me, bro. Yeah, that works. I haven't seen a single... yes, right, no, there were Octorok. Octorok and P-hats. I haven't seen a single P-hat, by the way. Where are the P-hats at? Where are my P-hats at? Ow! Hey, we want some rupees. Hey, we want some LINK. I can't move this crap. Darn it! So I'm still going on this big loop, basically. That seems to be the problem here. I'm trying not to cheat by, like, reading an FAQ. I'm not trying to read an FAQ or anything. I think I might just need a boomerang. Yeah, can't get there. I've already been here. Yeah, I didn't see a single key here. Where's the freaking key? I can't light that torch. Yeah, give me something. Give me a key, would you? I'm trying to make some progress here. Okay. So it's about powder and it's about mushrooms and powder. And cutting grass. That's the Zelda experience, I suppose. This is a kid's game? X. How about I save the game before I use any of these magical effects? How about I save the game before I get myself into trouble experimenting with this mushroom and its powder? Boy, yeah, you thought Dr. Mario was bad. Now we're teaching kids to gather mushrooms and take powder. What are we doing here? Yeah, stupid. What does X do? Why does Link throw pounds of powder? Why is Battletoads as hard as it gets? Why is the industry designed to keep the gamers in debt? Why does Link push pounds of powder? Why you around them cowards? Yeah, I don't know what any of this is for. Actually, does that book explain what the powder's for? I should have been paying attention to the book. Read books, kids. Well, preferably good books, not like, you know, fan fiction. Don't read Legend of Zelda fan fiction, kids. Although I've been told that Twilight Princess manga is not, like, totally inappropriate. Maybe I heard wrong. I don't know. You tell people you tell kids maybe they shouldn't read, you know, Legend of Zelda. Yeah, the Pokemon manga you should definitely not read if you're a child, I guess. But I've been told the Legend of Zelda manga is apparently not totally inappropriate for children. I haven't bothered to do the research. That Pokemon manga went places, apparently. That's what happens when you hire artists with a history with a capital H. I will never stop making that reference. I cannot get those images out of my head. I cannot get that image of the woman in the Pokeball outfit. I can't. You can't unsee that. Thanks, Mother's Basement. Too bad I don't have Yazzie to help me explain the inappropriate stuff. I have to dance around it constantly. Yeah, come at me. I think I have to put the sword down. Put the sword down. There you go. Yeah, so that you have to do it that way. You have to put the sword down. Otherwise you'll just poke away at him. Like Nina Williams. Speaking of Link, speaking of poking, speaking of inappropriate poking. How do I get the freak out of here? I'm in the Lost Woods. Yeah, no, you're supposed to be lost. It's the Lost Woods. But, I mean... How's Tiger Woods doing these days, by the way? Has he been under par in the last year and a half? In a single major? I want to say no. I can't fast travel. There's no reason for me to put a pin anywhere because I can't go anywhere. I can't find the freaking... What do I do with the mushroom powder I got? Like, what's that for? Okay, why did I... Is there... Yeah, this thing. Oh, there you go. Okay, that explains that. But I didn't get anything for that. What was the point of all that? This is just teasing me. I can't go here. It's too dangerous. See, it's too dangerous. I can't go anywhere. I can't lift these rocks. Hold on. Dude, that large green pickle just got dazed by this mushroom powder. Like in a kid's game. Can't go this way. Maybe I can, I just don't want to risk going down the hole again. Yeah, I'm gonna have to call it. I mean, it's been fun vamping for the last hour, but I'm gonna have to call it. So how do we feel about Link's Awakening? I think I need an FAQ. I'm just gonna take a wandering around for the last 8-9 hours. can't go here because there are holes. I can't lift that rock. Can't cross the hole. Yeah, I'm trying to see if I can squeeze through them. It's driving me nuts. I can't squeeze through them. So screw this. Got that heart over there. There you go. That's how you do that. Pokey pokey. You already went that way. That's a dead end, too. So, are there any other good video game cartoons? Not really. I mean, yeah, the Pokemon show wasn't terrible, I guess. Digimon, I don't like. The American version of Digimon's kind of unwatchable, but apparently it gets good at some point. But most of it's kind of is incredibly poorly paced. Suck it. Suck black hole, Moblin. Yeah, I got full health. I'm good. So, yeah, I mean, Wing Commander Academy didn't suck. Okay, look, the Street Fighter cartoons are all bad, so I can't defend those. Sorry, Will. I like your other stuff, but the Street Fighter cartoon was bad. Darkstalkers sucked. I haven't seen the anime, it probably sucked too. The Fatal Fury movie was, like, not awful, but it was kind of dumb. Like, it's big and loud, and it tries to be, like, emotionally, like, how do I describe it? It tries to do, like, emotional spectacle, but it's, like, still not good. Like, it's basically just, it's a melodrama in a way. It's not even it's an action melodrama, which I guess a lot of cartoons are, obviously. But it's like, a lot of anime is like that, obviously. But it's just like, yeah, it tries to tug at your heartstrings in a way, but it's like, it's character driven in a way, but it's not good. They've already been this way a billion times. So I guess it's the way back home, huh? Yeah, we're back on this again. I can't, like, kill this guy, right? I can't, like, just kill him and get his keys. He's driving me nuts. I mean, really, at this point, we're just going around in circles. So, I got a lot of rupees, and I got a lot of mushroom powder. Will I come back and play this game? Probably not. Yeah, it's unfortunate. I tried. I mean, I might play more of this game later, but I mean, it's just, no. The maze is driving me nuts. Okay, so there's probably something I missed. I'm not even going to worry about it. But this was Link's Awakening, Legend of Zelda on the Nintendo Switch. I'm recording my audio with my Skull Candy earbuds into an audio splitter connected to a J5 Create capture device through a USB-C connection into my quad-core Windows 10 laptop with the Windows 10 camera app capturing this footage at 60 frames a second, 720p. Yeah. Better give this one back to the library.